Hello and welcome everybody to more Mechabellum playing on the new patch, and look, we have Sabers back. Oh, isn't it amazing? It really is amazing. Ah, I love Sabers. If you ever need somebody who is building like fortresses and melters and Vulcans, and you just get a high level saber drop and you haven't yet invested into any other solution that really makes big units quiver in their pants for fear of just getting double tapped by some random medium unit on the board, sabers are your absolute. They are the goats. They just go there and start blasting. My opponent, as you have noticed, is Sapman. And yeah, it is very cool to play against somebody you at least are familiar with. I don't really know how he plays, but it seems that he's a standard player. And by somewhat familiar with, I know I have heard the name. That's about the extent of my familiarity. We have Sabers into Spiders, which should be an absolutely stellar matchup, because the Sabers, unless like Spider Mines are everywhere, should never be able to even remotely compete with the Spiders, and that does hold true. Spiders at about 15,000 health, and the Sabers doing 73,000 damage, 7,300 damage. So yeah, it just takes a tiny bit more damage from something like an Arclight, and the Spiders just fall over after 2 shots from a Saber. And that is without any damage upgrades, because, well, there's double tap. So round 1, Sapman unlocked the Rain. Interesting. Yeah, he wanted to play that new unit. We have a choice here between just some Mustangs, and I think just taking the 3 Mustangs is good here. There also would be Farseers, but it seems we're both taking the Mustangs. And yeah, he seems to be planning on, yeah, here it is. Round 2 Raiden. That is effectively everything he's gotten, except of course for the Mustangs in the rear. Now, since there is some stuff to distract, I'm doing my usual flank, it would seem. Yeah, with Crawlers here, Arclight here. This is also going to attract the Mustangs. I'm not sure if they will get destroyed this round, but look at the amount of stuff they're pulling. I'm using 200 to pull very important 300. And the Arclight is going to work. I think the Arclight's going to win this entire side. And that is in the round it spawns in. Saber gets the tower, and that also seals the fate of the raid. And fortunately, I did actually have some anti-air here. After all of that, it's just a matter of cleaning up the Fangs, and that is round 2 done and dusted. This is now a lot of problems for my opponent. A lot of problems. Mass-produced Wraith, a very good card. The Wraith's range has actually been increased and speed decreased, which hopefully will help them stay alive a bit longer. They usually don't hurt as much for chaff clear range as they do for I run in and get killed by Phoenix's melters and the same this type of unit. That's what my Wraiths usually die to, have problems with. The 5 more meters should help, along with the 2 less meters per second. So all in all, this is probably, I would say this is a buff to the Wraith. In any case, the Arclight here and the Crawlers, of course, not going to win this side this time. I do have an additional anti-air unit, but I did not expect the Wraiths here. Well, I guess I should have expected them. Also, we have armor enhancement on the Wraiths, so these guys can easily become effectively immune to Mustangs. I did drop some additional Mustangs, and I'm starting to build a second push on the other side here. Along with, of course, distractions. So as you can see now, this Wraith cleaning up the Arclight and the Crawlers in record time. Still, a lot of Mustangs have died, so it's not like these units have officially become obsolete or anything. We are pushing in on this tower because there's effectively no defenders here. Only one single brave Mustang doing damage as much as it can on this Wraith. But that Wraith still has 12,000 HP damage, and the Raiden kills it anyway. Some Fangs standing in the way of the Sabers and the tower. Tower falls and now a lot more Mustangs are blasting while these units are busy shooting. Not really all that relevant stuff. Rain goes down just in time, and it's just the not the Mustangs, the bigger Mustangs, the Typhoons against the cost control Wraith, not cost control, what's it called? Mass produced. Which means that they take the fight home quite easily. Now these were only kinda planned as a distraction. We have underground threat coming up. And that could potentially wreak havoc to both me and my opponent. So we have to be very, very cautious here, both of us. Because 3 packs of Fangs, I don't think that's enough for a crawler spawn. Both of us take it. I deploy mine defensively. Sapman deploys his offensively on the side that already has crawlers. I guess he kinda hopes to break through here and hopes that I use it offensively and don't really defend here. I was thinking about what to do against the Raiden and the Wraiths, which do now have armor, and he's just dropping a whole lot more. So why not try out the new Overlord? Look at this big chungus. It is big and better than ever. Crawlers move in to defend. And that kinda seals the fate of this flank. We have the Overlord getting rid of all the pesky air units that have armor and can't be hurt. There go the Raidens. Well, the Raiden, there's only one. There go the Wraiths, and yeah. This thing is just killing all the small fry here. It took it a long while, but it finally got rid of them all. And then the boat gets rid of everything else and has already taken a level. So far this is looking like a very dominant play here. We have EMP up. Since he has invested into attack and I have not invested into attack yet, that is actually in my favor. Although it's round 5, I mean, this is where you can definitely start dropping some attacks. I do decide to take the EMP blast. And Subman has decided to take the supply enhancement. Yeah, I don't know if you want to take supply enhancement when you're down to about 2000 HP and currently losing big into somebody who gets access to a pretty good combat power. Pretty good spell. I need to get rid of my habit to call spells combat powers. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, EMP lands and grabs the Phoenixes and the Overlords. The Raiden has no tech. There's another boat here. And this boat can definitely get rid of some of these units. Next Raiden just falls apart. Raiden's out of range. No, not Raiden. Something's bad today. I am talking about the Wraiths. They get outranged by Fangs. So they actually move ahead of Fangs, which makes it very easy to snipe them. Down to less than 1000 HP, another round like that, and it's all over.